So you called out Lear Cohen and Rick Rubin. Why did you pick them in particular?
Because they're, two of the top dudes who are running stuff.
Have you had any personal interactions with those two?
No, no.
So what is it that you've heard about them that they've done that you feel is destructive to the genre of music?
One, just I know Lear Cohen had a big hand in Young Thug and directing him, and Young Thug is some of the most destructive music out here.
Hmm. Right. And
And
now
he
Lear.
he told, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And before Leor stepped in and helped him kind of mold better records, he was telling him, you got to stop freestyling and put hooks in there and all that. So he's like, I love what you're talking about. It's great, but now we just got to do this, you know?
Got you.
Leor Cohen loves Young Thug talking about killing black people. He loves it.
And Lear Cohen is now the head of YouTube Music, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. But with Rick Rubin, what did you think that he did that was so bad?
Well, I don't have any like personal intel on him. I just feel the energy. I know who he's around, and guilty by association.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
you could just feel vibration and energy. I can read energy by looking at somebody on the screen.
So recently, during an interview with Ebro, Doja Cat came out and she said she's not a Satanist, right? And the rumors are annoying from the fans. What did you think about that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that she came out and said that. Um, Interesting. I mean, hey, if she says she's not a Satanist, then she's not a Satanist.
But the interesting thing is that because the visuals in her music video are very like from the time that she started, like just even like just say like a year and a half ago, right? Like it was very poppy. It was more, a different direction. And then over the last year and a half or so, it's gotten real dark. The imagery seems like of that devil worshiping or just, that type of stuff. So she's confused a lot of her fans. It seems like she's really acted out, like shaving her eyebrows, shaving her head, and just like even the makeup that she's put on and going to these award shows. It's just it seems like really outlandish. It's just out there. So it's really hard for her fans that are confused to be like, well, I don't really know what happened to you, you know?
Yeah. I think as I in the past couple of weeks I've had a bit of an evolution and like I'm able to see from a little bit of a higher perspective and even like with that in particular, and keep in mind, so we have all these compartmentalized different facets of vibration frequency of states, mental states that you can stay stuck in, right? So what the CIA did with hip hop, you can stay stuck in poverty, oppression. You can continue to talk about being in poverty and oppression because that's what creates more of it by continue. And then hating rich people, that creates more poverty. And then you can be in this state of anger. Oh my God, all these Satanists, they're with these visuals and this imagery, and they need Jesus. What I've come to realize now is that's actually polarization. So if we look at the Hermetic principle, the law of polarity, it's really keeping you from being balanced, from your chakras being aligned, and us being able to truly manifest what we need to as higher beings.
Got you. Yeah. um it's just really interesting that if those kind of things don't align with you, why you would be pushing that imagery, because it's like I understand art and freedom of expression, and that, but to a certain extent, but you're obviously pushing a deeper message at the same time.
Well, Satanists don't need to do all that stuff. What like it's really I think they're doing all that to polarize people and to make more money. Because if think about it, if Doja Cat would just be her beautiful self, her beautiful, amazingly talented self, and it just keeps going like that, people would have maybe gotten sick of her already. But it's actually created more buzz around her, more to talk about, you know.
So, do you think that the new thing in this era is to have celebrities viewed as almost being crazy, and that is what garners the attention?
Well, yeah, because people's attention is so thin nowadays. So they kind of it's a bunch of gimmicks out there.
Right. Yeah,
So
definitely. If
so I
anything
would
is if anything's longer than 240 characters or longer than a minute, then it's too much for people now.
yeah. So even though we talked about all these compartments, racism, Satanism, oppression in the hood, and all that, I would like to say it's really coming out, removing yourself from all of these programs. Like I said, coming out of a place of polarization, right? Because if you think about it, all of these energies are all in the same spectrum. We're all together. We're all one, you know. But it's pulling you here. It's pulling you there, and you are the most powerful, and you can manifest the most when you are depolarized and in a centered state.